kind of a song about karma.
Yeah.
It's a song about greed. It's a song about how somebody could be your best friend and your companion and your most trusted person in your life, and then they could go and become your worst enemy.
Blake Lively is allegedly terrified about Taylor Swift's new album.
This is about to be the biggest smear campaign Blake Lively has ever experienced ever in her lifetime. That song is definitely about her ruined relationship with Blake Lively.
So many like friends or acquaintances or people were like, they'll see one comment they don't like,
right,
and it will ruin their day. It'll ruin their night. Information is power, I guess, unless all of your information is geared towards you thinking that everything is about.
Blake Lively is spiraling into a full-blown meltdown after her former best friend, Taylor Swift, just lit her up in a podcast interview. This is the same Taylor who once vowed to stay classy and steer clear of the Blake drama. Well, that vow just expired. Instead, she's dropping shade so sly and cutting you'd need sunglasses just to catch it.
I just don't think that's how.
Taylor Swift popping up on Travis and Jason Kelce's New Heights podcast was headline-worthy on its own. But she didn't show up just to talk football. In the middle of laughs and applause, she dropped the bomb, her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. Then, almost too casually, she slid in a phrase that made the room go still, keeping drama out of my business.
Who wouldn't be terrified when Taylor Swift drops a new album and you've just had a very public beef that has stressed her out for months, stressed her parents out for months, but now she's like, yeah, let's monetize my man's show on YouTube and everywhere else so I can get him some serious views and get him to get some.
One of the hosts couldn't resist teasing her, hinting that it sounded like a pointed shot. Taylor didn't confirm, but she didn't deny it either. Instead, she flashed that infamous knowing smirk she's perfected. Within hours, the internet erupted, dissecting every second of the clip. And one name dominated the theories: Blake Lively.
She teased her new era in the book. There's like a whole bunch of Easter eggs. If you go to page 12, you can see it there. So kudos to her. She's playing, a million moves.
Speculation didn't just trend, it detonated. Fans began digging through old interviews, piecing together cryptic comments, and realizing this shade wasn't random. It was deliberate. After all, Blake Lively wasn't just another celebrity in Taylor's orbit, she was in her circle. Taylor is even the godmother to Blake and Ryan Reynolds' kids.
Adorable! They've always been adorable!
That's why we match so well.
New podcast.
For years, they were inseparable: birthday dinners, award shows, glowing shoutouts, all the hallmarks of a Hollywood friendship that looked untouchable. And yet, here's Taylor describing drama like it's a virus she's finally vaccinated herself against.
On the record, it's her 12th album, and number 6 is called Ruined Friendship. I mean, there's no Easter eggs in that.
Then comes the twist. Out of nowhere, Travis Kelce quietly unfollows Ryan Reynolds on Instagram. No post, no announcement, just silence. But in celebrity land, silence is the announcement. Fans immediately start connecting dots. If Travis is siding with Taylor, does that put Ryan firmly in Blake's camp?
She had a few things to say, although she didn't talk specifically about what had happened with Blake Lively on the podcast, which I thought, I wouldn't expect her to do that.
Social media detectives take it from there, mapping timelines, cross-checking dates, and realizing the unfollow lines up perfectly with the podcast drop. Suddenly, it looks less like coincidence and more like a coordinated shot across the friendship battlefield.
Did mention how some of her friends are so thin-skinned when it comes to things written about them on the internet.
Industry insiders start whispering that the feud wasn't born from gossip but from business. Allegedly, Blake leaned on Taylor's connections to boost her own stalled projects. On its face, that's not unusual in Hollywood. But whispers say these weren't harmless favors, they were private deals Taylor assumed were strictly between friends.
Seems like to me that she's definitely talking about Blake Lively here. You think everything is about you and every little comment offends you. I mean, that's the reason why this whole lawsuit, as you know, against Justin Baldoni is...
The story goes that Blake pressed too hard and, in doing so, crossed a line that no public apology dinner could fix. One insider summed up Taylor's reaction with just 2 words: exploited and betrayed.
Blake Lively couldn't deal with criticism. She couldn't deal with people not liking her on the internet. And that's why she sued so many people, ruined so many people's lives.
That's why the podcast Shade hits different. Taylor, who's built her reputation on staying private until it's time to put pain into lyrics, doesn't casually drop hints. For her to even suggest trouble means the fracture is deeper than anyone imagined.
Lively threatened to expose all the text messages between her and Taylor Swift unless she supported her in public. She also demanded from Taylor Swift that she would delete text messages between.
And longtime fans notice the difference. When she talks about keeping her business clean, there's no warmth, no nostalgia, just finality. Like the friendship is over, done, buried. Travis Kelce's unfollow only seals it, turning a private split into a public spectacle.
And I think, when you make a diss track about a friendship, you are 100% certain that that friendship is over.
Then TMZ detonates the next headline. According to their sources, Taylor will never call Blake out directly, not in interviews, not in Instagram captions, not even in lyrics she can't later play off as fiction. Out of respect for history, and because she's literally godmother to Blake and Ryan's kids, she's not naming names. But that silence is power. Taylor knows letting the internet connect the dots does more damage than any direct statement.
This is about to be the biggest smear campaign Blake Lively has ever experienced ever in her lifetime. Because when Taylor Swift is making a song about you, that spreads like wild.
Daily Mail piles on, claiming Taylor's upcoming album, The Life of a Showgirl, is loaded with Easter eggs aimed squarely at Blake. Subtle enough to deny, specific enough to make decoding feel like a treasure hunt. They point to lyrics that allegedly reference private incidents only diehard fans or insiders would recognize. Classic Taylor, burying knives in riddles and letting the audience do the stabbing.
Went through every single track and explained a little bit about them, not too much though, so we don't know what they're about, but she did explain the titles of them all.
The moment conflicting reports hit, the fan war officially erupts. Swifties versus Blake stans becomes the new Twitter battleground, and it's vicious. Swifties are splicing screenshots from Taylor's music videos with Blake's movie wardrobes, claiming it's all deliberate shade. Blake's defenders clap back with receipts of old interviews and birthday posts, arguing the media is inventing beef. Every supposed lyric leak, whether from a Billboard insider or some shady Reddit thread, gets dissected line by line. Some Twitter threads spiral into thousands of replies, mapping alleged references to dates, outfits, captions, even the brand of champagne spotted in old party photos.
Every single song is on this album for hundreds of reasons.
And the thing is, when this album hits, the mainstream media can't ignore what's gonna happen.
That's when the PR experts swoop in with their verdict. This storm is marketing gold. 2 massive fan bases locked in non-stop debate means constant engagement, translation, free promotion. And Taylor doesn't have to spend a dime on ad campaigns when the internet is doing her work for her.
With these songs, because every time Taylor Swift drops an album, everyone is digging into every song, trying to find the meanings behind it, trying to find her Easter eggs and everything.
Industry analysts push it further, projecting that the sustained hype could propel The Life of a Showgirl into record-breaking territory. For context, Midnight sold 1.57 million in its first week in the US alone, a number Billboard called unheard of in the streaming era. If Showgirl even comes close to matching that, the Blake feud could go down as one of Taylor's most profitable controversies to date.
We don't know what's in that song yet, but I can only imagine, because you might remember I posted a part of an interview that or a conversation that Taylor Swift had about her song, My Tears Ricochet.
Then the tracklist leak drops, and the fandom goes feral. One title instantly jumps out, The Fate of Aaliyah. To casual listeners, it's just a cryptic name. But Swifties? They clock it immediately. Aaliyah was Blake's character in Oliver Stone's Savages, 2012. Within hours, TikTok is flooded with side-by-sides, screenshots of Blake's film scenes, Taylor's past fashion choices, even Instagram captions that suddenly look suspiciously coded. The conspiracy board lights up.
Taylor Swift was explaining what that song was about. Now, when you listen to that, it just gives you goosebumps.
Another track, Cancelled, turns the frenzy into a full-blown firestorm. The title alone sends fans spiraling, linking it to the cultural death sentence celebrities face when their image collapses. Blake's name dominates the speculation, especially with her recent shift from Golden Girl headlines to quieter, more critical coverage. Taylor never says it outright, but the ambiguity is her deadliest weapon. It lets the internet do the accusing for her.
Song about karma.
Yeah.
It's a song about greed. It's a song about how somebody could be your best friend and your companion and your most trusted person in your life, and then they could go and become your worst enemy.
Then comes the wild card, a track titled Ruin the Friendship. Officially, insiders claim it's just a friends to lovers story, nothing to do with Blake. But the internet isn't buying it. The phrase alone is too loaded, too perfectly aligned with the timeline of their alleged fallout. Even if the lyrics aren't about Blake, the association is already cemented in the public's imagination. And once that seed is planted, no clarification, no matter how firm, can fully uproot it.
It's how to hurt you because they were once your most trusted person.
It's the worst.
There's this beautiful moment in the beginning of a friendship where these people have no idea that one day they'll hate each other.
And the theories don't stop with the track list. Swifties turn their magnifying glass to the album cover itself. Every prop, every color choice is scrutinized like it's a Renaissance painting. Some claim the pastel palette mirrors Blake's red carpet looks from 2016 to 2019. A viral tweet even zooms in on a champagne glass in the lower right corner, allegedly identical to one spotted in a 2018 photo from a private party at Blake's home. That same night has long been rumored to include a heated argument between the two, and suddenly the symbolism feels almost too on the nose.
And that's really sad and terrible.
Isn't that crazy to listen to now? It's like she knew what was going to happen into the future.
This forensic fandom analysis doesn't stay trapped online. It bleeds into YouTube deep dives, TikTok theory threads, podcasts, and even mainstream outlets desperate to ride the wave. The discourse itself becomes the promotion. Whether the Easter eggs are intentional or not almost doesn't matter anymore. The perception that there's a secret story hidden inside the album keeps the machine running, and engaged fans are the ones who buy.